I made a video criticizing people in the industry and criticizing people that don't criticize the industry enough, and Dr. Disrespect caught a stray in that video, and I said that he was a hypocrite because he claimed that he was standing with Nick Merckx when they were trying to cancel him last year. And then he went back and he was like, I'm not playing Call of Duty anymore. You took Nick Merckx's skin out of the game. And I think Tim the Tatman also stood up, and they both, like, so Dr. Disrespect stopped playing the game, and Tim the Tatman said, you take my skin out of the game right now. And then they go back and they play Call of Duty anyway. So I called Dr. Disrespect a hypocrite. And Dr. Disrespect is back in the news again, and I guess people are calling him something worse than a hypocrite now.
Because he was a hypocrite, and I said, I don't think that was the worst part.
I want to bring up something. Somebody pointed out that the reason why Co-Carnage doesn't give his full... Why Co-Carnage can't be trusted with his opinions on Dragon Age, and I'm just going to play what I said about him in this video.
Okay.
So he's clearly unenthused. And I stand by that, by the way. A new Dragon Age game comes out, you claim to be a Dragon Age fan, and you don't feel severe emotions when you see that trailer, you're lying. Clearly not happy with what he's just saw. I'm reacting to myself, by the way. I fully understand that, and I don't care.
Applause, please.
I think pretty much everything I said earlier stands. Where I do have to say though, like, I noticed.
Can you imagine being a fan of the series, right? You're a fan. You've played all the other games. Well, the good ones, the only two good ones. And then this comes out and you don't have anything to say? Like, just say it's garbage. Just say it's trash. Just say that it's not made for the fans.
You know, just...
Imagine having nothing to say. How do you not have anything to say? Like, how are you flabbergasted?
It looks really pretty.
No, it does. So, yeah, so I pointed out that he saw the same trailer that everybody else saw. 249,000, rounded up, 250,000 dislikes. This game has been rejected around the world because of how universally bad it is. It has gone in such a terrible direction. The fans don't care for it. People do this thing where instead of having an opinion because they don't want to offend anybody, they go, well, it looks good. I don't want to say the game's bad because people work in the industry and I don't want them to get fired. It's not your responsibility to make sure that people in the gaming industry keep their job. It's not your responsibility to make sure that people in the industry keep their job. Then it is their responsibility to make sure that you keep your job. They don't care if you get fired. They only care if they get fired. And you should only care if you get fired too. That's how that works. But the reason why I called Co-Carnage a safe guy and said that it was weird that he couldn't give an opinion when all these other people seem to have given an opinion, but for some reason he can't give an opinion. And now we know why.
Oh, wow, that sounds awful. I don't think I want to sound like that.
So, turns out I'm in Baldur's Gate 3. I am Narber, great-grandson of Nuber, the actual main character in the Baldur's Gate franchise, which is pretty awesome. The character is phenomenal. He is funny. The writing for him is incredible. He is very reactive based on a lot of player choices.
One thing you gotta remember, whenever these actors talk about the character that they're playing, they're never going to say that the character that they're playing is bad. They're always going to say that the character is nuanced and the character has layers. Meanwhile, these are the same people that are saying that what they're doing to the Silent Hill 2 remake by removing nuance or removing layers, that's actually a good thing. But these are the people that you're taking your opinions from. These are the people that you look up to. These are the people that you watch. They are in the industry, and they defend the industry. They come out with a game trailer that gets 250,000 dislikes, everybody hates it, and all they can say is, well, it looks pretty, because they don't want to lose their access journalism. They don't want to lose their connections to the industry. And, oh, hey, look, another person that showed up in a video that I was talking about, and I said that this woman was also an industry plant, an industry shill, and I can also back that up. Because she's also in the video games. She works in the industry. You cannot trust somebody who works in the industry to give a fair criticism of the industry. She was in Cyberpunk. Now, I don't know if what she said about Cyberpunk, but I know that she defended The Last of Us 2 and said that you're not allowed to dislike The Last of Us 2 because, oh, well, just because it made you feel something doesn't mean that you can say that it's bad. People felt disrespected. They felt like they were invested in a character, and then you bait and switched them and made them play as the character that kills their favorite character. Apparently, to Alana Pierce, you're not allowed to have an opinion, but apparently she is, because she works in the industry, and the industry made The Last of Us 2, so if the industry says that The Last of Us 2 is good, then it must be good. And remember this guy? Remember Young Nope? Remember how he, how he's also supposed to be a journalist, also supposed to be a guy that tells you how it is in the gaming industry, it tells you how everything goes? He works in the industry as well.
A young man left to meet his maker, cries out no to say. Justice, we're breaking the law, breaking the world together.
It's okay, guys, he earned it. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this guy made... You can watch this video. It goes through the history of how Young slurped, glazed, and reached around on Cyberpunk over and over and over and over again. And only when it became politically correct for him to say, oh, well, yeah, I guess the game didn't really live up to expectations and I was rushing to get my opinion out. So I just want you to know, these are the people that have opinions on Dr. Disrespect. Now, I want to see what the good old troll has to say, because I love when he says words like Kumer and Resus. I love the way that he says words. So I would much rather see what an actual troll has to say than somebody who is in the industry and can't say that a game with 250,000 dislikes looks bad and doesn't respect where the original game came from and doesn't respect its origins literally. I'm not gonna trust this chick who actually works in the industry, and Twitch is as industrial as it can get. I mean, they literally ban anybody that they don't agree with, even people that are on their side. If they don't agree with Twitch enough, they get banned. So I'm not gonna trust somebody who works in the industry to tell me how the industry is, because they are going to, by definition, defend their own industry. It only makes sense. These people are probably not bad people, but they cannot be trusted when it comes to people's actual reputations when they're at stake.
And then ends the stream. And after he ends the stream, it turns out that he received a permanent ban. And the moderators just don't want to say why that is. It's like extreme content violations, and
this is where it starts to get muddy, and this is why I don't trust this story.
People were left hypothesizing on what went on. Now some individuals said that he was trying to get with other streamers in order to make an alternative to Twitch, and Twitch didn't like that, so that's why they banned him.
I heard that it was... Well, I thought he got banned because he brought his cameraman into the bathroom that one time, and they were recording in the bathroom. And I thought that's why he got banned. And then I heard about the other stuff, about him cheating on his wife or whatever, and he was quitting streaming because of that. There was also a clip where he somebody allegedly shot at his house with an actual firearm. So there was a lot of crazy stuff going on back then.
But I personally thought that what if, like, he had some compromised logs, like someone had something on him, someone knew that he did something that if it was out in the public...
I never once thought that was what it was. I also heard, I think Dr. Disrespect at one point implied that the reason why he got banned was because Twitch agreed to pay him a lot of money, and then they realized that they either didn't have that kind of money to pay him, or for whatever reason they didn't want to pay it to him, and he sued them to get his contract paid out in full. That's the thing. There were so many different narratives that if the actual story was that he was sexting with an underage, with a minor, then why would they hide that? Why not go to the police? That's why I don't believe this. It appears that Vaush is still on Twitch. So, you know, a guy who actually advocated for Crocodilia and said that Crocodilia was actually beneficial to the victim. Yeah, this guy is allowed to stay on Twitch. But Dr. Disrespect, who's just being alleged of sexting a minor, yeah, we gotta get rid of him. We're not gonna submit this to the police, but we'll ban him and we'll make a whole big secret about it.